All right. I think I'm live. How is everybody doing? How is everybody wrapping up 2023? I'm curious to know. I'm wrapping it up with more gray than I had in 2022. And that's okay. That's what happens. That's what happens when you get older and stressful events take place in your life. But, anyways, I don't think you can really escape gray hair no matter how great your life is. Okay, so welcome to my last show of the year. Um, I am really happy that you're here. And I am going to be switching cameras in just a moment and point down at my desk. I probably should have done this before I went live, but you know, why screw up? Why do something in advance when you can screw up live? That's my new favorite saying. Yeah, so it's been a year. It's been a year, and I'm really looking forward to 2024. But I will not forget all the lessons that 2023 has taught me. I think the biggest one I learned this year was, and I will get to painting in just a minute. I just need to say this while I'm thinking about it. But I had a whole bunch of goals and objectives for 2023, and they were specific things like do X amount of lives and make this much money in sales and paint these many things and blah 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 blah. And I didn't hit any of them. And what I realized is that I should have been focusing on, at least at this point in my life, all those things are good and they're nice to have. And yeah, I should be trying to hit things like that because it gives me some motivation. But also at this point, I think this year what I'm going to be focusing on is be a better person, you know, um, uh, have make relationships with people that you've been wanting to be friends with, but you've let yourself be too busy for. Like, I want to build relationships in 2024. I want to do things like that. Take my own advice. That's a big one because that was a big lesson for me in 2023. And whenever I took my own advice, guess what? It was usually pretty good advice. And I probably shouldn't have been telling the other person my advice. I should just shut up and take it myself and learn my own lesson. So I'm gonna keep focusing on stuff like that for 2024. There are a few things I do want to do, like sign up for a few art lessons. I signed up with a lesson with Lexi Grinzer, her watercolor lessons in January. So I'm super excited about that. And then there's also a woman down here where I live. Her name is Alita, and she has an art studio. And on Tuesdays, during the day and at night, she opens up her studio. You have to pay for the use, but anyways, you go down there and you make art. So I'm going to be doing that too. And then I had another great idea today, which was, again, taking my advice I sent to somebody else today, which was just 10 minutes a day of art. You know what? I'm going to shut up and take my own advice, and I'm going to do 10 minutes a day of art. Let's start right now. Let me switch cameras and let me show you. Whoops. Let me show you what I've been working on. All right. Let's move this out of the way. All right. So you guys can see that okay? All right. So if you're joining or you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what your lessons were in 2023. What important things did you learn? What advice would you give to yourself if you had to look back in 2023 as a year ago from today? What advice would you give yourself for the rest of the year? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to start waxing. So I've been working on this piece off and on for like 6 months. And I will be wrapping it up in the next week or so. The main thing I need to do today, I want to bring here today to you guys, is waxing this top portion. So I started off with, and I just, of course, spotted here a little piece I didn't paint. Let me see if I can get the camera in a little bit closer. Right there. I missed that little piece, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to be waxing this today, and I've been working on this for a while. It's DIY paint in the background here, and then behind, this is an IOD transfer called Maze Roses, and it starts off black and white. It started off black and white, but I painted over it with the new paint product from DIY called Painterly. So now, and it was kind of an experiment because I did not know what was going to happen when I painted over that. And that was another big thing in 2023 that I really appreciated, which is experiment and have fun. I listened to this great book. I'm actually listening to it for the second time in a row. And there's a lesson in there about how you need to fail and fail and fail to learn and learn and learn, is basically what it is. And not be scared to experiment, to step out of your comfort zone and just, hey, see what happens. Like, what's the worst that can happen if I mess this up when I wax today? I put some really dark wax over on top of it and make it super different. Who knows? I may still do that. Okay, so I got my wax here. It's clear wax, and I haven't waxed DIY Painterly before, so I'm curious to see what happens. Now you can see my brush here. It's I haven't cleaned it for. It might not be now that I'm touching it. I haven't cleaned it for a while. And the last time I used it, I had some dark wax on it. Let's see what happens. We're just going to pop it in here. I should have cleaned it probably, but that's okay. Worst case scenario, I can run down the hall and get another brush. So I just dipped it in here. I'm just going to start here on the corner. The wax is going down pretty good. Let's see what happens. Look, I'm going to wax half this flower. Can you see the difference there? Can you see what's happening? Isn't that beautiful? That's what I hope would happen. I'm going to wax half the flower so you guys can see what that looks like. Let's wax half this half right here. Oh my gosh. I love it. Do you see how the wax is transforming this? Okay, let me see if I can get the camera really close here on this guy right here so you guys can see. Okay, I'm just gonna do this right here. Okay, watch this, guys. Do you see that? Do you see? I love that. The paint that was kind of blocking out the details of the transfer is going translucent, and those details are popping up through, and it's super changing the transfer. Let's do this over here. Do you see that? Let me get you in closer. Whoop. My laptop's about to fall. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. Let's I just love that so much. It's good to love your art, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Do you see here where you can see where I waxed and where I didn't wax? Now let's watch what happens. See how that wax just transforms the transfer in the paint? I'm gonna get a little bit more wax. Okay, let's see. Okay, you can see a little bit where my brush has the dark wax, some leftover dark wax, but that's okay. It's character. Oh, you know what it's doing? It's reactivating the dark wax that was on here before. That's fine. I'm just loving what's happening with my transfer here. Okay, let's focus on this area right here. You see my flower? You can see where I've put wax on, but now let's just get in really close here. Watch. Okay. Pretty cool, huh? Let's do this last flower up here. Oh, a little bit more wax. Okay, let me set this down. Okay. I love it. Oh, this is so pretty. It turned out even better than I thought it was going to. Okay, so you might be seeing, I'm seeing it right here, but you might not, it might not be showing up too well, but I had some black wax left over on my brush and I didn't clean my brush. And now when I stuck it in the clear wax, it kind of got activated again, the dark wax. And it's really dark. It's really toning down the brights I had in here. But I'm okay with that. That is the price you pay for wanting, kind of getting struck by inspiration and not walking around and finding a clean brush. Now, I am just working this wax in here, but let me show you what I'm going to do next. There's a lot of wax on this. I need to wipe it back a little bit. Okay, let me get a rag. Where are my rags? Oh, my poor knees. I gotta step away for 1 second. Gonna get a shop rag right here. And now I'm just gonna wipe the wax back a little bit. Let's see. I'll start down here. See that? See that? And the wax coating is still there. I know sometimes people will let it just kind of sit overnight and come back and buff it. But I want to see what happens when I wipe it back. So I'm going to wipe back some of this dark wax. And I still, you can see how my flowers still, look at my rag. That's some dark wax. But my flowers still are popping. And I kind of, there we go. I like it a little bit on the lighter side. I'm mostly wiping back from the paint. The part where I don't have the transfer. And I can always come back in and with a clean brush and do some clear wax on this. But for now, it's these flowers in here. I'm not going to wipe back from these flowers here because I like the way that they're looking. But I will, I'm going to let it cure a little bit, and then I'll come back tomorrow and I'll just buff it a little bit, and I'll see if I need some clear wax on this part of the painted table right here. If I need some more clear wax for these flowers right here. But that was quite the transformation. Okay. I love this. This is going to make someone super happy. And we got saying hi here. Oh, Marianne. Hey, Marianne. How are you? Yeah, it turned out so pretty, didn't it? I really love it. This desk has been through so much. It really just needs to get finished and be left somewhere somewhere else. Yeah, let me pull it in a little bit closer here. Because if you know May's roses, I'm gonna go grab it so you guys can see what I started off with here. Give me one sec. It's right here across the room. So this is May's roses right here. It's a transfer, and it starts off black and white, right? These are what the flowers originally started out looking like this, right? So it's a black and white transfer. Where it's white, it's not clear. It is a solid white. And so I was really curious to see what would happen if I painted them. And hey, Dee, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys here as I wrap up the year. But yeah, I painted it with Painterly. When I painted over it, it kind of took this solid look to it. But I knew when I put the wax on that this would happen, that the flowers would, the transfer details would pop back up again and give it more dimension. It was really easy to do. I started off with one color. So like I picked, I don't know if I have the colors nearby. Where's my box? Oh gosh, I am really unorganized today. I just kind of jumped on here on a spur of a moment because that's how I roll. But let me show you guys. I can give you an example. So I had these two purples, right? Right here. One is maximalist and one is ultraviolet. That's what you see over here, are these two different colors. Oh no, that's a blue, I think, right there. But anyways, I use like I use two different colors. I use like I colored in the entire flower with one color, and then I would come back in and I would just kind of do around the ridges of the flower here. So that would pop out that detail right there. And then the greens, the leaves, I just painted solid green with one of the greens from Painterly. And voila, there you have it. So yeah, it turned out really pretty. I'm really happy with it. And I learned along the way too. And I took a chance, right? That's kind of how I enjoy my quality of life, is when I'm doing something like that. Whether it's with art or relationships or jobs, it's just, you know, a little bit of recklessness, experimentation, and knowing that even if things don't turn out okay, that I can fix it. So, yeah, I'm really excited for 2024. I feel like it's going to be a good year, no matter the personal events in my life. I kind of feel like I'm at that point of life now where, and like this was a rough year, but I can look back and find the places where I became a better person because of it. So, and all of that has to do with connecting with a lot of you on here through my business and watching you guys create art and showing up here in my lives. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And that's about it. I just wanted to do a quick little jump on here and see what happens. So stay tuned, because in 2024, starting tomorrow, I've got plans. My plans for the month of January. And this is advice I gave somebody else. And I'm going to do it myself, because that's apparently a lesson from 2023 that I'm walking away with. I was mentioning to somebody, just 10 minutes a day, like you're taking a pill. Don't expect too much out of it, and just see what happens with your creativity. And I'm going to do that. So every day for 10 minutes, I'm going to do something that's creative. And I'm going to commit myself here. So you guys keep me accountable, but I'm going to do a live every day, and I'm going to show you guys my thing I'm doing. And it could just be doodling. It could be decoupage. It could be painting my toenails. I won't do that. Don't worry. Anyways, yeah. So stay tuned. I'm gonna send out some more information later. But I'm gonna finish waxing the rest of this desk and enjoy the last 2 hours of 2023. And thank you guys so much for being a part of it. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you guys very much. Marianne and Dee, you guys are both. I always like seeing you guys pop up here. All right. Well, that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you. Happy New Year, Dee. Happy New Year to you too. Bye, guys.